Hello, magandang araw sa lahat o gabi man dyan sa inyo mga kababayan. Narito muli ang inyong kaibigang Ferdz na mayroon kaming isang mahalagang bagay na gustong i-share sa inyo. Itong product na ito ay sa tingin ko ay makakatulong lalo tigit sa ating mga Filipino sapagkat tayo mga Filipino ay sanay kumain ng malunggay. Pero mayroon pang ibang gamit pala ang malunggay. Yan, ang ganda. Sapagkat mamaya i-discuss natin kung ano-ano ang mga benefits na pwede nating makuha sa pagkain ng malunggay. At ito ay nasa capsulize or anything na nag-transform na siya. Okay, tawagin natin ngayon mga kaibigan ang ating master of this topic who is Steven, na siya ang ay naging kaibigan ko nang siya po ay naging radio host ay guest ko siya nung time na ako ay nag-radio program pa. So tawagin natin Steve. Hello.
Steve, I'm so glad to be here.
What's this? Ano to?
Well, I have some of these. We call them malunggay here, but in India they call them moringa.
Moringa.
And we have this growing right out here. And I'll tell you, I planted some. You can cut it up like firewood. Kahoy dito, diba?
Kahoy.
Oh, sige, then babad doon ng soil na lang. You put it in the dirt, and it just starts sprouting and growing. You cannot kill this. This thing is, I mean, look at it. You could karate chop it into pieces and it just grows.
Totoo yan. Kahit saan pwede nating itanim ang malunggay, di ba? Di ba, Lucel? Totoo. Sa probinsya natin, sa likod ng bahay, sa hindi lang siguro pwede sa paso kasi malaking punong kahoy yan. Pero mga kaibigan, tingnan natin, ano ba ang hiwaga ng malunggay na do na i-discuss sa atin ni Steve. Steve, can you explain to us or share to us?
We've got some exciting things to share with you.
Okay.
First of all, I just came from the United States. I met with
who is he?
Ken Brailsford.
And who is he?
Well, you know, he's a human. He's a man.
Yes, of course.
I mean, he's handsome. You know, he's guapo, diba?
Guapo.
He's an elderly gentleman. He has a pleasant smile. You know, I mean, I didn't know what he looked like when I heard about him. But I heard about some of the companies. In fact, when I was a kid, I heard about Nature Sunshine and some other companies. And I heard that he started those companies. I mean, he was one of the major founders in starting those. So when I heard that, I wanted to meet him. And someone offered to buy me a ticket out to meet him and see the company that he started based around this humble little leaf. Now I want to say something here.
Okay.
We know as Christians that we believe in Jesus coming, right? We believe in things happening toward the end of the Earth's history that are more and more difficult. And in Revelation, we read about the tree of life, and it had leaves on it, which were the leaves for the healing of the nation. God puts life in a leaf. This is chlorophyll. This is full of minerals and vitamins. Now, when I came to the Philippines 16 years ago and was given this malunggay leaf, it was so delicious. And I was so impressed and touched by this humble little leaf. It tasted good. It gave energy. And I saw what the local people were eating, and I'll tell you, it wasn't very good, but they always had this. And I thought, that's the only reason why they're alive. If they didn't have this, they probably wouldn't be alive. They probably would all be sick and die. But I think, you know, this is what keeps Filipinos alive, because this is in everything, right? You put this in your food, in your soups, in your whatever you're eating.
At saka sa, di ba mga kababayan, mga kaibigan, pag sinabi nating pag kumain ka ng gulay, hahaba ang iyong buhay. So, you're right of saying that Filipino eat this kind of vegetable or leaf that makes life longer.
Yes. So there was something that I started thinking about when I was here 16 years ago, and that was if we could take this malunggay leaf, and I went to some international health expos where companies were there selling all kinds of powdered vegetables and stuff like that. And there were a couple companies that were taking the moringa leaf or the malunggay, just the leaf, and they were putting it into powder. And some were, you know, different types of processing. Some were spray dried, some were just dried in the sun. Drying is not so good. The ultraviolet rays destroy nutrients and stuff. You want it to be in a shaded area, slow dry process, not too hot. I started researching, but I thought if there could be a company that would put this in a little sachet, a small little thing, you could just open it up, dump it in your water, shake it up, and go, it would be great. The only problem, malunggay and moringa, it tastes good when it's in soups and stuff, but have you ever juiced it or eaten it raw? It's kind of bitter. It's kind of spicy.
May I have a try? Do you have?
Well, let me just explain, because
Okay.
you're a Filipino. I'm asking you, have you ever powdered it? Probably not. No.
Fresh
Wala
gulay.
lang.
Fresh
Gulay.
lang. Gulay
Fresh
lang.
lang.
Fresh gulay.
Fresh, raw.
Yeah,
Raw
not
gulay.
used.
Oh. We don't even.
You don't think about eating that raw.
Mm.
But if you've done it, trust me, I've tried it. It's not very good. It doesn't
Yeah.
taste good. So my thought was, how could I put this into a powder that would be palatable, that people would want to eat, and it would help people. This would really help people if we could put this in a little sachet. Well, when I heard this company was doing just that, would you like to see?
Okay.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
And also share to us what's the name of the company?
Well, Zija.
Zija.
Zija with a Z.
Zija. So
Yeah, we
it's
showed
not
it
here.
there on the screen a little bit earlier.
Okay.
I said the
You can see right here.
Oh, you're wearing the shirt. So
Zija, right
you are-
here.
You are
So-
lucky to have that shirt.
Anyway, this is it. Hold one of these up, each
Okay.
of you. This is a little sachet, little
Super mix.
super mix.
Why?
So I'm gonna go ahead and mix one of these up and let you try it. Okay?
Sure,
You tell
sure.
me what you think. So
Okay.
so I'm gonna jump over here. Here's a bottle that has actually something really cool inside.
Okay.
This is, let me open this up. This is a metal stainless steel thing right here. You put this in here. It helps stir it. Okay, so when you put your powder in there, you open this up and you dump it in there. You put water, but guess what? I have one already made for you.
Oh, sure. Nice.
And this is also another Zija bottle that you can get. I think these might even be complimentary when you buy so much. It just comes along with it. Okay, we're not in the business. Zija's not in the business of making bottles. We're in the business of
Okay.
the products.
Mm.
But this is a nice way to package it, and you can carry these bottles around. It has a nice closable lid, and I just shook this up. So why don't you have a try, and Lucelle can have a try, and you tell me.
You first, you wanna try because ikaw muna.
Ah, sige.
Siya muna, try natin para
Sige, tara na.
kung magbago ang itsura mo. Sige na. Okay. Sarap.
Masarap.
Masarap. Hindi nga.
Yes,
Try
masarap
ko. Okay
nga
lang,
siya.
diretso na ako dito. Sa akin na to ha. Sa akin na to lahat.
Oh.
Inumin ko.
Talaga?
No.
Sige na, ako.
Taste good.
Mas sarap.
And also it's all
Sige, ako.
Na.
Look at the ingredients.
Masarap.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
This is important to know. This is not just the moringa leaf. This has the seeds, the oil, the bark, the actual parts of the tree, the root. This has all parts of the tree put into it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
The fruit,
Omega
the
oils.
seeds, the essential oils that are extracted. They say that, and I don't want to quote exactly on this, but the percentage, the concentration or the potency of this is a lot higher than others. Some have even told me 10 times more potent. Some have said another number. I don't know the exact number, but it's much more potent because, of course, you're going to have more nutrients in the essential oil, right? We know that's typical with all plants. The seeds have more of the oils, they have more of the chemicals and stuff like that. So it has all parts of the plant. It's also a variety up in the upper part of India, near the Himalayas, where it's colder. It's more of it's not a tropical variety, in other words. There's not a lot of rain. It's not where there's mildew and mold and things when you're processing and drying it. So this company doesn't buy from all these different sources. They have their own farm in India. They harvest it in India. It ships directly to the plant. It comes there. They unload it and process it. And let me tell you something.
Okay.
This is what's exciting and why I got involved. This company took everything a notch higher. You know, there's so much competition out there in the industry of health and products.
Okay.
And that's why I never get into any of them, because I do enough research and I realize that, hey, these products have some flaws. First of all, I find out where they're getting their products, and I can get the same thing and put my own label. Okay, so a lot of companies, they're not the actual company you're dealing with. You're dealing with just a sub-country company, you know, and they get from, like, I have my own products here. I might as well just throw them in there. Lucelle has her own skin cream here. Hold your product.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And I've got this colon
Mamaya
flush.
kami ay ipapakita namin ang iba pang gamit ng moringgang ito o ng malunggay sa ibang produkto. Pwede raw din ito pang paganda sa mga katulad niya.
So for example, I got involved in a company,
Kapatid.
Okay.
and then I found out where they get their products from a bigger company, and I thought, well, why don't I just get it cheaper from the bigger company and put my own labels, and then I'll have my own company, and then I get 100% of the profit. In
Okay.
fact, I thought, why don't I just sell it at cost, and I don't even need profit because my interest is in helping people. And if they want to pay me extra, I'll tell them this is what I pay. If you want to pay extra, fine. If not, you get it for the same price. And you know, that's what I've been doing with my product. But this company is not like that. They go from the farm to the company. They want to keep the integrity of the company intact, and they want the products to be such a quality like nothing else. So what they did was, you know how some companies are like, no, we don't want the government involved, like BFAD. We don't want them, you know. They welcomed, Zija welcomed these entities and agencies in. In fact, every single sachet has information on here and a number, and you can go to the website, you type in that number right there into the website, and it'll give you the batch number, and it'll even show you under the microscope an image of the moringa leaf that came in this particular sachet, this batch. Okay, you understand? So they don't want any secrets. And so when it became an opportunity to make this pharmaceutical quality, that's what they did. And they took it a step farther. They started making the moringa oil pharmaceutical. So there's a little thing you need to know. A lot of companies that are out there, and I'm not going to mention the names, but they will say 100% pure. Of course, it's 100% pure, but I don't want to say something gross here, but you know, fecal matter can be 100% pure. We don't want to eat anything that's disgusting. We don't want to put on our skin anything. Just by saying it's 100% pure doesn't make it good. Can you repeat that and reiterate that in Tagalog?
Okay, yung sinasabi niya rito, mayroong mga produkto na katulad nito, iba-ibang mga companies ang gumagawa, pero 100% ang sinasabi nila, pero naman ay fake, hindi 100%
For example,
pure.
they can cut it. They can have extra virgin coconut oil added and dilute it, and it's so it still has the aroma of the peppermint, for example, and they think it's 100% pure peppermint oil, and they smell it. Oh, wow! But they have 60% or of coconut oil and only 40% of the peppermint, or only 10%. So this company doesn't do that.
How are we sure that this company really?
Well, several things.
Okay.
I wanted to meet the owner. I wanted to go to the company. I wanted to find out for myself. So I went there. And
When is that?
Just last month, I went there and I met with everybody.
In the US?
Yes, in the United States.
United States,
Here,
okay.
this is so good. You better drink some.
Okay, yeah.
Drink it up quickly.
Later.
It's yours.
This is mine. I wanna share it.
But you do like it. We're supposed to be fighting over it on camera. Guys, it does really taste good. Here, take a little bit more, and then I want to take some. Yeah. It is delicious.
Parang ano siya, parang hindi ko ma-explain yung lasa, mga kaibigan, pero parang may impit sa lalamunan na may aftertaste.
It doesn't have that aftertaste. This doesn't, does it? Does
Parang,
it have a little bit of an aftertaste?
yeah, parang ano siya.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. You haven't had the real leaf. You want to eat some of this and try the real aftertaste? You won't even be able to finish talking. It's like eating seaweed.
Ang ibig kong sabihin, mayroon siyang ibang lasa, pero masarap. What I'm saying is that the taste is really good, but it's just, for me, I can imagine another liquid that same, I cannot explain because
Moringa yun, malunggay yun.
malunggay.
Sa
So,
ano.
okay, basta malunggay, masarap.
Tingnan mo kasi
Oh,
yung
Yun nga, tuloy
And
natin.
you can grow on that. I mean, it'll get tastier as time goes on. And basically, it's so potent. The moringa leaf, you only need a little bit to do so much good for your body. It's incredible. And I really believe that, you know, true healing comes from God. Jesus healed when he was on planet Earth, and he was known for his healing. He's still alive. He's there in heaven. He's still able to heal us, but he says, eat the leaves. That's an act of obedience. Just like when he told Naaman, go dip in the river 3 times in the muddy river. He could have said, I'm not going to do that. That's crazy. But, you know, you do what Jesus says. When he says eat the leaves,
I have to eat it.
Eat the leaf. You don't have to question whether the leaf healed you or Jesus healed you. I
Yeah.
believe Jesus heals. I think it's the simplicity of doing what he says. Anyway, the leaf was put into these little sachets, and you know, obviously there's going to be a cost to this, which is going to be part of the equation or the scenario. Hospitals cost a lot of money. Doctors cost a lot of money. You know, I wish I could say this was 5 pesos or 10
Here?
pesos. You
And
know,
that's cheap.
but it's not.
How much?
It is going to be quite expensive. But where do you put your value? Where do you put your cost?
Of course,
Do you put it with your life or your
Yeah,
health?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
people would give all the money they have for better health, and they would spend anything. So basically, the company is trying to do the best they can to get the best product, pharmaceutical grade, moringa leaf with the seeds, the whole fruit, get the most potent product out there that tastes good, that's available and able to ship. It has have you heard of stevia? It has stevia in here,
Yes.
which is a sweetener. In fact, there's stevia farms here in the Philippines.
Yeah, I heard it.
And this is the Guru book.
Okay.
This is an awesome book that you can get, which gives all of the different, there's different problems here. Now, the company and those who are involved, and it is open, you can get involved in selling this. It's not diagnosing, and it's not recommending this for healing. That's not what it's about. God does the healing. But we all know that by changing our diet and our lifestyle, by living and living healthier, that means breathing clean air, exercising, living with less stress, accepting things that we can't change, you know, and understanding and knowing the difference, but also eating the most nutritious food on planet. Your body is made up of cells, brother.
I thought my body
You
made
want
up
it-
of bones. Okay. I have a
Do
question.
you want it to be healthy or not?
I have a question. What if people would say that I would rather eat the fresh leaves than buying this one? What is the
If I can get a message out to anyone,
Okay.
especially Filipinos,
Continue, just continue.
for you to know how healthy the moringa or the malunggay leaf is, I would want to get that message out. Keep eating your malunggay.
Okay, just
Even
continue.
eat it raw, because it only takes a little bit of it to start a detox in your body. I juiced an ounce of it once in Cebu, and I started a detox that I could not believe. You know, when you do something good, sometimes you can have what's called a healing crisis. You can have
True.
reactions that don't
True.
feel so good. The question is that you question yourself. Did I do something good to feel like that, or did something bad? Now, if you stayed up all night
Okay.
and you partied, okay, and he's putting a live feed on his own phone here,
So that my friends
and you
can
partied all night and you
Okay.
drank liquor and you drank
Okay.
yeah, she can hold that. Just put
Okay.
that up there. If you were to do something negative like that, something that was not healthy, you would have what's called a hangover, right?
True. Okay, that's so
That wouldn't be so good.
those drunkards.
You got that? Okay.
Okay, so let's have a feed.
All right. So we got
Okay.
another live feed here.
Okay,
So-
that's
If you did something good, like you drank some carrot juice or you drank some water and went on a nice walk, and you felt bad the next day, it wouldn't be intelligent to say, I better not drink water and go on any exercise because I don't feel good. You'd say, you know, it's like when you work out, your muscles can be sore. You don't say, my muscles are sore, I don't want to work out the next day. You build up. It's a process of building up a healthy body. And I'll tell you, I need to go work out. We're in this city of, how many million are here around us?
Yeah.
Used to be 25 million. They're saying 30 million, 35 million. Did you hear that number?
Number of
People right here in Manila.
Manila, but I know the totality of the Filipinos, but not in Manila.
Almost 100 million, right?
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
almost 105 million as of this date.
105 million, yeah.
Sa mga late, nakukuha yung higaan niya. Sa mga late na naka-tune in ngayon sa atin, ang pinag-uusapan namin dito ay tungkol sa Zija. Zija, isang product na gawa sa moringa or malunggay, na ito yung ini-introduce ni Steve sa atin, o kanina pa kami nag-uusap dito tungkol sa mga benefits na pwede nating makuha sa pag-inom, sa paggamit ng moringa. Okay, tell us more.
Sige, istorya.
O, storya tayo.
So I want to share with you. So the company for quite a few years has been focusing on the malunggay, the moringa leaf with these little sachets which you put in water, and they are now launching and have been approved and moving forward here in the Philippines. So I met with the owner. Let me tell you something, a little story what the owner did. When I met him, I said, you know, sir, I know you're an important man. You're a busy man. I've even heard figures that this malunggay, I don't quote me on this, but it's becoming a known. I mean, it's very close to going into the Forbes magazine. You know, it's that big. They may have even surpassed $1 billion in sales. It's that big. When I was there were thousands of people from China and every major country in Mexico that were excited about this company. Okay? This man, the founder, when I talked to him, put my hand here and I said, you know, sir, I was in Tacloban with this Typhoon Yolanda or Haiyan. Thousands of people were there. They died. Thousands of people were suffering. They needed food. And I wanted to figure out a way to make a food bar for them. And I saw this stainless steel tubing, and I thought if I could get food in there, like fruits, grains, nuts, and vegetables, the vegetable being malunggay or moringa, you know, you guys know it as malunggay, that could feed the people. And so that's what I did. I came to Manila, worked for a couple months, I made this. I got dengue fever, I almost died. But I was telling him just maybe 5 to 10 seconds, quick, and immediately he put his hand in his pocket, and he pulled out a wad of $100 bills with a rubber band, 2 rubber bands. And he says, well, this is all I have. This isn't much, but I would like to help you. Take this with you back and help the Filipino people. You know, that's the kind of guy this is. I don't believe he did that for show. There were no cameras rolling. There was no people around there. There was myself and one other person. There was no entourage around him. He was just walking through the exhibits at one of the big events with this company. And so I was really touched by the owner, by the president, by the vice president, by the doctors involved. One of the major doctors involved in this, you know what his last name is? Born and raised with this name. It's his real name. Dr. Plant. Plant. Yes.
Halaman. That's halaman.
If you go on YouTube and you Google, you search for Dr. Plant, you will come up with Dr. Plant talking about the moringa leaf.
Yes.
And he's an expert at this stuff. But since the company started, people started wanting more and more products. You know, they want toothpaste, they want shampoo, they want this or that or the other. They want skin whitening products. Guys, whitening your skin is not necessarily better, but I do understand the Filipino because 16 years in this country, I understand that you want whiter skin. Okay,
Especially.
let's just put it this way. Healthier skin is better, okay?
True.
What's healthy? We want healthy skin. Okay, the top layers of skin, if we can remove some of those, you know, if it's tanned a bit, you can do that. If you can do it in a healthy way, you know, typically here they use papaya, papain, which is an enzyme which can break it away, but there's some harsher things aren't so healthy, like orange oils, citrus. That's pretty rough to put on your skin. Semi-toxic. I mean, you can't even internally ingest a lot of that or you're going to do some damage to your body and the liver. You know, you can use it as a liver detox a little bit, but too much is not going to be healthy. So I want to share with you some products. Are you okay with that?
Sure.
They're sitting right over here. I'm going to bring one or two at a time, okay? Because this is the Philippines, I want to share something, and if you don't mind trading with Lucelle, so I can do some demos on her. Just set this right here.
Let's, you sit for Lucelle. So mga kaibigan, ang gagawin namin ngayon ay ita-try natin yung isang gamit ng malunggay, yung malunggay na sinasabi ni Steve kanina.
And just hold this up right here.
Okay, I am now the model of this product.
This is called Miracle Gel.
Miracle Gel.
There's a lady who is an expert in skincare products. I'm not going to give all the names here. You can research this and find out yourself. But she was an interesting lady. I met her. In fact, when I left the area, we were in line at the customs getting on the same plane. I was really impressed and touched by her presentation of how she got involved with her many products. One of the most successful women in cosmetics and skincare products. she joined up with this Zija company and helped them formulate some of the skincare products that are out there. Okay, so this is an oil. This is actually pure malunggay seed or moringa oil with the mangosteen oil.
Mangosteen,
So
yeah.
you understand how mangosteen, it has some things in it, I don't know if you would want to call it collagen or what, but it has some anti-aging properties that are incredibly good. Even Dr. Oz went on TV globally, and I think Oprah Winfrey was on that. I'm not really sure, but I do remember seeing. He said, "You know, I gotta say, this mangosteen fruit really does what it helps to lose. People lose weight from it. Makes you healthier. Makes your skin younger." So that's what this is, and that's. I'm going to just open this up, and again, there's a batch number here. You can put this in the website, and you can see under a microscope the actual oil that this bottle came from, the actual batch that this came from, and this is pharmaceutical quality grade. This is regulated by not just BFAD or just by the Food and Drug Administration of America, but pharmaceutical guidelines.
Okay.
So when they say that it's 100% of what's in here, that's what there is in there. Okay? Of course, it's going to be more money, right?
Sure.
So
True.
I mean, you pay for what you get. If you want to get something that's not pure, sometimes you have to pay less. So
you get what you pay.
The company felt that it's better to just be honest with people and give them a truly good product rather than cutting it. And what happened was some of the doctors that I met with there, they worked for some of the other companies that are out there claiming to have the best oils on the planet. And I'm not going to mention the names of these companies, but you just know they're the top leading essential oil companies in America. And some of the doctors, and one that I talked with personally, left because he couldn't of right conscience stay with that company. And when he heard that a company was willing to go forward and do pure oils, he was excited and he joined them. Okay, so I'm going to do a little sample here. So this is this is the same stuff. So look at this. Hold this up.
I think it's the
It's
same.
different one.
It's the same thing, but this comes in little
Sachet.
sachet.
But we'll use the sachet then.
So we'll use the sachet, and we're going to put this on her
And there's
hand.
Expiry date and that.
There is expiration dates on these. So we're going to open this up, and we're going to,
for whitening.
This cleanses the skin.
Puputi ka na.
Okay, so let's just put a little bit of this on here. And this is all pure plants, plant-based.
Plant-based. So the gel is now start melting.
So we're going to just rub this around here. It takes a little bit of time. And while that sits there for just a few seconds here, I'm going to talk about something else. Let that set for a minute. Here is a soap. Bar of soap. So just want to show you, here's a bar of soap, all natural body soap. Okay, here is a Feet First. I never showed you this one. Feet First. Take a smell of this.
What's that? For
feet?
It's Feet First, but it's for your hands. Oh, I'm just kidding. It's for your feet, brother. No. We have some. Look at this. Look at this little thing right here.
So what's that?
This is hand purifier. This is this. You know how a lot of the
hand
sanitation
purifier.
stuff is bad on your hands and dries them out. Try this one. See what you think.
What about me?
Okay, try a little bit.
So, ang bango. Mabango siya. Mabango siya, mga kaibigan.
Okay, so it's time for us to continue. You can put this here.
Wow.
Smells really good, huh?
Talaga.
It's lemongrass. Lemongrass. Okay, let's go ahead and rub this.
Lemongrass?
Let's rub this now.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Tanglad sa amin. Tanglad.
Tanglad. Lemongrass. Grass.
Okay, attention people.
Sure.
You might miss it.
Okay. So what's
Maanghang siya.
What I'm doing here is I'm rubbing this into her skin in a circular motion, and it's going to soak in.
Okay. Babad. Ang sinasabi niya, yung gel na nilagay dito sa kamay ni Lucel, ang gel ay nag-melt na siya. Tapos, parang normal lang, natin, imamassage siya. Tapos, mamaya-maya ay may pagbabago na raw na makikita natin dito. So, tingnan natin.
Just imagine doing this at a salon.
Okay.
And some salon has this, and they have a real big edge on all the other salons because they can use this on someone's face.
Mm-mm.
You know, on the skin. Okay, just keep rubbing it in
Okay.
like this.
Wait, there's a certain minutes or
There's some time.
2 minutes?
2 or 3 minutes. We'll
Okay.
see. We'll see.
So what will
Depends
happen?
on the person. Just keep watching.
Mm-hmm.
I know the video's going on here.
Oh, may magic ata to, no? Pero alam mo
I remember when they were showing
Okay.
me the demo at the place there
Oo.
in the United States.
Mhm.
I was like, how long is this going to take? But when it starts happening, it happens quite quickly.
Mhm.
What happens is it's going to start here soon.
Mhm.
Siguro makapal lang yung ano.
Siguro makapal kasi ang balat ng babae to, galing kasi to ng ano.
Are you afraid?
No, she's saying that maybe her skin is a bit
Maybe it's all gone. Thin.
so that's why it takes some time.
Yeah.
Okay, let me touch it. So it's madulas.
Yeah, it's very
Slippery.
slippery and smooth.
My English is correct. Slippery, madulas.
Yes, really feeling.
It's very slippery and smooth, and I'd like to actually have someone do that for a little bit. Could you
Okay.
rub that?
Okay, you rub your own.
You
can
do
the
that while I show something else
Okay.
here. How many of you
Okay.
in the Philippines, people are very, very sensitive about smell, body odor. But
yeah.
you know, a lot of the products out there are aluminum based, or they have they're anti-perspiring. You know,
Okay.
they're against getting toxins out. You want to get the toxins out,
Mhm.
but you want it to perspire, but you don't want it to smell bad, right?
Yeah.
So here's something right here,
Mhm.
a moringa leaf product
Mhm.
for
All natural.
deodorant.
Body deodorant.
Body
So ito
deodorant.
naman yung para sa mga anghit. Anghit, that's we call anghit. So bad odor.
Put it under your arms like
But
this.
luckily I don't
and you're good to
I
go.
don't have that kind of smell. And thank you for that.
So here is
Okay.
something called Pro Shield. And
and what's that?
I want to show you this right here. These are little candies that have
candies.
some of these oils in there, and you
Okay.
just try one.
Okay, can
Tell me
you-
what you think.
Okay.
Sore throat or whatever.
Really?
Here, just
Okay.
eat one and
Okay. So ito naman ay candy. Try natin. Yari din siya o gawa rin siya sa malunggay.
beautiful little Little
Moringa.
purple.
So let's try.
purple things here.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Not
There's-
sweet or it's a natural.
yeah, natural sweet. Try one of those
Mhm.
there. Your hands are kind of tied up there.
Masarap naman din.
So I'm going to show you something really quick here.
Mhm.
Okay, it's starting to, I can see it starting to liquefy. Now,
Mhm.
okay, now watch this.
Mhm.
Watch this. Hey, brother, you're not watching.
Yeah.
Do you see
Yeah,
how
watch
it's,
on,
do you see how it's turning liquid? You
Are
see?
you watching
Okay.
there?
No, they can just, they'll just have to believe it. It's okay. Just keep
Okay.
doing that, and what's going to happen,
Parang yung
It's not peeling or there's something
peel. Parang magpipil siya.
yes, it's going to start
Ayan.
taking the skin off.
Makita na yung
So, hindi nyo kasi masyadong makita dito.
Here, use your
Pero,
hand and try.
pero,
Use
okay.
your hand. You feel the skin coming off now?
Yeah. Ang nangyayari ngayon dito sa demo na ginagawa ni Steve dito sa Moringa product or malunggay, yung gel na nilagay dito sa kamay ni Luzel.
Okay,
Hindi
just
ako-
notice
Pampaputi
this.
to,
All the skin
pampaputi.
is coming off.
Yung,
It's gelling up. Here, you
Parang-
can look here.
ang tawag nito, ito yung tipong nababad siya. Pag binabad natin siya,
Tanggal na yung libag ko yan.
oo. Habang nirarob
The
mo siya
skin is peeling
dahan-dahan.
off.
Yung libag, is that libag or
So what you do is you do this on your
Dry- dry-
face.
Dead
You do
skin.
this on your face and get off the dead skin, and then you put this moringa or malunggay oil
Okay.
with the mangosteen oil,
Mm.
and people are actually slowing down and reversing. I mean,
Mm.
typically or technically, you're not supposed to say you're reversing the aging because
Mga
you're
dirt.
actually getting older and older all the time. But you can slow down the process
Mhm.
greatly, and you can. The difference in skin, you'll notice this hand from this hand,
Mhm.
the skin. And if we put some of this on it, it'll look so much different. Of course, the problem is
Mhm.
Lucille already looks perfect. You know, that's the problem.
Yeah.
We need to deal with. We need to have someone who's older with a wrinkly, skin
Okay.
and
How
do
about my
that.
skin? It would not.
Yours looks too good too.
Okay. let's try.
Filipinos are typically all
Oh, how about my
too
face?
good looking,
No, it's not.
and they have the best skin out there on the planet. So It's hard to do a
Ayan,
test like this on
tuloy-tuloy pa rin pinag-uusapan namin dito yung mga produkto na mula sa malunggay siya na pwedeng magamit natin sa iba't ibang pangangailangan natin. Kanina, merong sabon, merong gel para sa pampaputi, meron ding candy. Wait.
How does the candy taste?
It tastes good. Para saan to?
It doesn't taste like a snow bear, right?
Yeah, but
No, it's not.
what's the purpose of this candy? Is this for...
It's an immune system and it helps your sore throat. It takes away sore
okay.
throat.
Kung may
Sa mga may sipon daw, yung
May
mga
ubo.
sinisipon may ubo, pwede itong candy
If
ay...
you have a cold or it's obviously
parang ganun.
we're not diagnosing or treating these symptoms, but obviously when your immune system is stronger,
Ginata niya.
then you can be healthier.
Okay.
Okay, so I mean, I could say that it's just for taste and for fun and it's candy, but really it has some natural plants and things which you know are going to be good for the body. Look at this right here.
Okay, what's
This
that?
is called the waterfall technique.
And,
You see, the skin is the largest organ,
okay.
and when you put things on the skin, they go right into the blood if they have the right consistency of, for example, if it's a pure oil, if it's thin enough, it can soak right in. You can put gasoline on the skin and it can get into the body, and it's, can be very
Harmful?
hazardous, harmful.
Okay.
So oils can go into the skin. When you take something in through the mouth, you have to digest it, you have to assimilate it, and you're going to lose some of the nutrients. One of the great things about essential oils is they can get right in to the body organ, to the bloodstream, through the skin. Well, you lay down on your stomach, and this is just the back,
Okay.
and there are specific oils for specific
may iba siya.
specific parts. This is not like pressure acupuncture, but you know how there's different places and points in the body.
Okay.
So these are dealing with different
Every oil na
points.
namin.
And this doctor that I met made up this right here specifically for those different points. Now I want to tell you, I want to show you, and you smell some of these oils, and you tell me what you think. When you get this massage, the waterfall technique, and there are people now in the Philippines teaching this,
Yes.
and I had a training on it myself. I'm still not good at it. It is incredible. I've had it done to me. So put your hand out. Okay, so no, the back of your hand. So most oils, essential oils, you put on your skin, they're not going to go right in. They're kind of thick. But watch this. This is a real essential oil, pure. Now just rub it around and see how thin it is and how it goes right into the skin, and smell it. Tell me what you think.
Anong amoy yan?
How does that smell?
Mabango siya. Mabango pero matabang ang amoy. Huwag mo sabihin.
How is
Pero
it?
talaga siya, parang...
Medyo how I'm going to explain this.
Di ba buo?
You can feel these. If you put it here in certain areas around your tonsils or your thyroid, you can affect those organs in a very quick way.
I can sense menthol. It's a menthol.
You can even taste it in your mouth eventually.
Sure. Okay.
No. I'm saying by putting it on your skin, you can taste it in your mouth. It's so pure. It'll get into your blood and it'll start coming out into your mouth shortly.
Okay.
Now, smell this one. This is something new out. It's a plant.
Ito naman.
Just smell that and tell me what you think. That is absolutely amazing. The smell and what it does to you.
What's the name?
So,
You might not even be able to finish this
Ito naman,
interview.
ito naman yung tinatry namin na iba rin ang amoy niya pero parang mas matapang lang siya ng kaunti. Siguro naging pure masyado ang malunggay dito,
So let me ask you a question. Would you be willing to, if one of these cost 5,000 pesos, which some of them cost more than that, even 10,000 for a small bottle, but it lasted you years and years and years, and if you only had one little drop and it did everything that you wanted it to do, for example, everything that you had in mind and hoped and dreamed that it would do for you, it actually did it. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen because we can't diagnose and treat.
Okay.
But when you have a pure plant-based oil that is 100% and it's pharmaceutical quality, the results are really amazing.
Yeah.
I want the real good stuff. okay, because the results are so much better. A lot of people get discouraged. I've met lots of people that have gotten discouraged using natural methods because they're buying products that aren't high quality. If you're not growing and picking the food or the plants and harvesting them and processing them yourself, the industry is not, in my opinion, not regulated enough. There is a war between the pharmaceutical industry and the natural industry. The naturalist, and I'm one of them, we don't want these things regulated too much because then we don't have the ability to use them and help people. So I understand that. But it leaves a market, it leaves a big industry globally that people are taking advantage of the people because it's not regulated. You know, I'm not saying that I want it to be regulated more. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying we need to be educated and know that we may not be getting. For example, I worked at a health center once, nutritional center, and they were selling ginseng. And I called the company to know if it came from Siberia, and they said, "Oh, well, actually, it's not even ginseng, but we don't put that on the label because the government doesn't make us do that." Did you know that companies can sell something and not even have what they say is in there?
Okay, so
So
fake.
you could get
It's a fake.
You might even have a few drops of it, but they say, well, we can call it ginseng because that's just the name of the product. But we're not. If they read the ingredients on the back, it doesn't say ginseng is in there. You know, or they could say it's a proprietary blend. They don't even have to put the ingredients in there. There's 300. It used to be 300 ingredients is that the U.S. government allows people to put under the name natural flavoring.
That's good.
So you don't have to even say what it is, and it doesn't have to be what you say. It's just crazy. So this stuff is real.
Maanghang siya. Maanghang ba siya sa ano mo? Dito lang.
And this is what they do. This is extra virgin coconut and aloe vera, and they give you the ability to cut it yourself. If you want to dilute this,
Dilute.
then you have these little bottles with a roller you can buy empty. You can put this in there and put a few drops of that, and you can cut it yourself. Not to let them cut it, not to let them dilute it, but you get to dilute it. Right?
Is that good also for the hair?
This is just
Aloe vera.
Yes, of course. Aloe vera is an awesome and wonderful plant. So wrapping things up here, let me see if there's something else. There is something called a premium tea. I've always taught people, and with my products, getting the toxins and the waste out is important. Getting the nutrients in is important. So this tea right here, the ingredients of this tea, and it kind of got a little bit mangled in the airplane coming here, okay? But it's really amazing. Basically, there's little sachets. Put this in your water, you drink it, and within a certain amount of hours, if you do it in the evening, by morning time, you're going to eliminate. Just like my colon flush product, a little bit more mild, but it's the same thing. So you want to explain that into Tagalog?
Okay. Sabihin mo nga sa kanila para saan to. So sabi
Kapag
dito,
nahihirapan.
pwede ito sa weight management.
Everybody
Yung mga,
is constipated. They do not eliminate enough in the toilet.
So nakakatulong to. Sa halip na bumili tayo ng mga piniprescribe sa atin sa market or sa mga ina-add sa atin, itong malunggay, itong moringa na sinasabi natin, meron din siyang tsaa na mas mabilis makatulong para ma-eliminate natin, mailabas natin yung hindi maganda sa ating mga, alam mo na, katawan natin. So, ito yun.
Yes. So, I want to share something kind of sad. The airlines they took all of our shampoo and conditioner and stuff like that. But we did have another product here. What happened to it, sweetheart? The comfort cream. I had it sitting right here. We had where did the comfort cream go? It was sitting right here moments ago. I don't know what happened to it, but it's a foot cream that is amazing. It's just absolutely an amazing foot cream. Okay, let's see here. We don't have the foot cream here, but anyway, they took at the airport all of those, the toothpaste, shampoo, and stuff like that, conditioner. There is now a whole line of two things I want to say here before this closes and wraps up. There is a whole, we're 45 minutes now.
Yeah.
There's a whole line of sports products. For example, this right here, and I'm not necessarily big on all of their products. You know, some companies, they start making so many things to fill the needs of people, that people want this stuff. So they're trying to give them what they want, but provide the best quality. You can see the Zija brand at the top. You know how Gatorade works, electrolytes and stuff like that. But this is much healthier, hydrating with the electrolytes and stuff. So if you're running a marathon, or you have to have some replacements. Like your dad got heat stroke. He needed one of these.
Okay.
You put this in your water, drink it, and you replace your electrolytes and your sugar levels and stuff like that, so you don't die. You don't get heat stroke.
The good thing is this is produced by the natural product, which is the moringa or malunggay. Yan ang pinakamaganda.
This right here is not produced by the moringa. This is actually just like, it's not just like, it has the ingredients is in here. So it's going to have some ingredients that I am not saying I am a big promoter of this, okay, but they're using common ingredients like they're using sugar from fruit. I'm not a big fan of fruit sugar, any kind of sugar. Okay, but when you have to raise your sugar levels, they have fruit glucose. Okay, so we have to have glucose, and they have of course they have the word natural flavor, which I talked to them about that, and they said, yeah, they know it could be something bad, but they're trying to protect their proprietary blends and ability to provide these, because then other people could just copy them, right? So they have a blend of flavors and stuff that all come from natural sources. And when I talk to the head doctors, this is sweetened with stevia, and there's only a very few that has let's see, spirulina. It has spirulina in there. It has sodium chloride. Okay, and that's for, let's see, for silica and dipotassium phosphate. It's pretty basic. Okay, that's another thing. I want to say one last thing. Okay, have you ever heard of, and I've heard of it in the province, where you take malunggay leaf or moringa leaf, moringa or malunggay seeds from the pod that we pick, take those seeds out. Have you ever heard of crushing those, putting them in water, and it makes the water drinkable?
Ayan, yung sinasabi niya dito, na-try naman daw natin yung buto ng malunggay na dinikdik natin, tapos nilagay natin sa tubig, at ang tubig ay magiging potent siya, yung drinkable na siya.
Have you heard of that?
No.
You never heard of that? I heard of that since I've been here. People have told me, especially in province areas, where they've said if the water's not clean, you take the malunggay leaves, you can pound them. And so they did an experiment on a huge giant screen. You know this TV screen, how wide it was at the center where I went to, or this convention? I think it was about a 200-foot screen, 200 feet wide. It was huge. And they showed how they took the malunggay or moringa seeds out of the pods. They took a stone and they pounded them, and then they put them in water, and they showed they sped up the camera how it took that dirty, filthy water and made it clean and pure. It sucks in the filth and it traps it and makes that water drinkable. It purifies water.
Yeah,
seeds.
That's good.
It was miraculous. It was almost like magic. So what they did was the company decided to do the first malunggay moringa seed water filter ever, and they provided the top state-of-the-art, I believe it is by far the first and best water filter ever made on the market. And I've been involved in water filters for 25 or more years, selling some that came out and had numerous types. And I understand how the water filtration systems work using charcoal and membranes and different things, but this is a stage of filters. It is computerized somewhat. I think you can plug it in, not a lot of voltage. You could probably operate on batteries too. You push a button. It does have a pressure pump, and it pushes the water through the malunggay seeds, and it purifies that water. Let me tell you something they did. They had about a dozen of those filters out, and they put cow's milk, beer, soda, grape juice, Coca-Cola in, and you know what came out? water. Pure water, and it tasted like water. No other filters could do that. That's the power of the moringa seed.
How many kilos of seeds?
It's just a little replaceable filter. It lasts for I forget how many months or whatever, depending on how much water goes through it. And the company, you can buy a replacement. And you put the filter in, and the water goes through the moringa seeds and comes out pure. And I will link up to this video right here up in the top right hand corner, a video showing that water filter. It is incredible. When you taste the water, it blows your mind. And they had people come from the audience up front and drink the water, and they said it tastes just like water.
That's great.
Cow's milk turned to water. Jesus turned water into wine. They turned wine into water. They had wine.
They have the moringa seeds separated
somehow
the
it absorbs and it separates and it absorbs anything that's not water. The water remains, and they had a charcoal there also, and they had just a sediment filter that takes out any big stuff.
Okay.
And then it goes through these, I think there's 3 different cartridges you put in. It was really, really amazing. So, good founder. He started some great companies. I investigated personally the company myself. Incredible, phenomenal products. And I'm not a product guy, but if we all are in a product type of world, right? I believe that we need to go out there and research what's available to us and get back to the garden. That's the best thing. But right here in the city, it's pretty hard. There's not a lot of gardens around. And life is getting faster and faster and faster. So I think it's a real blessing. Closing, say this in Tagalog.
Okay.
I am right now in the process of communicating with Ken Brailsford, the owner and founder, I should say, and his team, their president and marketing director, who I found to be just a really brilliant guy, on making food bars with the moringa leaf, with fruits, grains, nuts, and vegetables. We talked about it
last night.
So go ahead and just recap on that, and we'll end this and wrap this up. Make this an hour. We have 8 minutes, so do it in 5 and we'll be done. Thank you.
So, para sa lahat mga kaibigan, mga kababayan, itong pinag-usapan namin tungkol sa moringa o malunggay, iba't ibang produkto na maiproduce mula dito sa malunggay na dahon na to. At sinasabi niya, sa ngayon, ang ginagawa niya, pagkatapos ipakita sa atin iba't ibang produkto dito, ang mga gamit nila, ngayon ay nasa stage na siya na kinakausap niya ang may-ari ng company na ito na mag-produce naman ng isang produkto na pang survival natin, yung what do you call that, the food bar na ito ay may 4 na tawag nito na elemento na naroon para magamit natin sa mga emergency cases.
So, not like a candy bar or a small energy bar. We're talking about something a little bit bigger that's actually big enough to eat and be filled and not hungry.
Maganda yan. Approved sa akin yan. So abangan natin yan kung kailan ma-launch ang ganyang produkto at ipapaalam ko kagad sa inyo.
I spent 2 months building a machine. I tested it and proved it, and it's a wonderful thing. If you're a missionary, you need it. If you're in poverty and you've survived a disaster, you need it. If there's so many times you can say you need it just if you want it, it's delicious.
Tama, sabi niya, yun nga, sa mga lalo na sa Pilipinas, mga lindol, baha, kung ano-ano pang mga kalamidad, magagamit natin yung food bar na pwede nating makuha mula sa produkto.
And just in case anyone's wondering, be sure and tell them this is my lovely wife.
Yeah, Steve and Lucelle are mag-asawa. At ako ang pangatlo.
This is my lovely wife of
his
over
lovely
3 years.
Okay, so
3 years.
Maraming salamat sa inyong panunood mga kaibigan. Katulad ng sinabi ko kagabi, ay maglalabas kami ng iba't ibang mga information na makakatulong hindi lamang po sa akin, kundi sa lahat, lalo na sa sambahayang Pilipinas. So, I'll say goodbye now.
Yes, maraming salamat.
Okay, thank you Steve and Lucelle. And still the
bye-bye.
Bye-bye everyone. Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please share this video. I'm here in the Philippines. I'm working hard as don't want to give my name the title missionary. They call me missionary. My wife is more the missionary. I just want to do something good with my time and with my life. I've got 26-some million views on my YouTube. I've tried really hard to get a message out to people, children, young people, to be drug-free, to be alcohol-free, to be happy, healthy, and holy for heaven. And when this company came available to me and I started investigating it, I joined up. You see this right here? Is it too bright? There we go. See that right there?
Zija.
So I'm involved, and I'm going to use this product, and I'm going to tell people about it wherever I go.
Okay.
And I don't think it's going to conflict at all. I know it won't conflict from my own company and products. So it's just more of a compliment. Here's one of my calling cards here. I'll put it up here. You can see kind of one of my mottos is never, never, never give up. Work hard and stay humble. That's it. So
maraming salamat.
God bless and goodbye.
Bye-bye.